In this video, I'll be comparing the iPhone 16 Pro Max versus Samsung S24 Ultra. I've been using iPhones for the past 10 plus years and looking to switch to something new. The S24 Ultra is a very good option, but it's not quite there yet for the things I need. Let's dive deep and I'll explain. Starting with the design. The iPhone's design remains largely unchanged, featuring a familiar rectangular shape with rounded corners, flat sides, and the dynamic island cutout for the selfie camera and Face ID sensors. The screen expands to 6.9 inches, slightly surpassing the S24 Ultra's 6.8-inch display. Now, Apple has doubled down on physical buttons. The action button is back. If you're new to the action button, it replaces the mute switch and offers customizable functions like opening apps, activating focus modes, or triggering Siri shortcuts. A new addition of buttons is the new camera control button. While I'm not a fan of this button, it's compatible with both Apple's camera app and third-party alternatives. It functions similar to a traditional camera shutter, but with a capacity surface for zooming and other controls. However, it takes a bit to get used to. I personally prefer to program this button into using other non-camera functions in the future, if we ever get the option to do that, of course. On the other side, Samsung opts for a minimalistic approach with buttons. The S24 Ultra offers an S Pen stored within the phone. This stylus offers precise control for writing and sketching, though its usefulness varies among users. I personally use it for precise photo editing. Both devices feature USB-C ports. For unlocking, the S24 Ultra brings the under-screen ultrasonic finger scanner, while Apple continues to rely on its Face ID system. I personally like the Face ID system a lot better. It works a lot more consistently. While both of these devices are very close in size, Samsung has made one-handed mode on the S24 Ultra far better compared to Apple. You can actually control all aspects of the phone, including the camera, whereas on the 16 Pro Max, one-handed mode is somewhat useless as it cuts down screen real estate and it works in kind of mysterious ways. The iPhone 16 Pro Max has the largest display ever on an iPhone, measuring 6.9 inches. It retains an always-on feature from the 15 series, which reduces the refresh rate to 1 Hz and displays a static wallpaper or custom image across the screen. The Galaxy S24 Ultra features a custom AMOLED panel with variable refresh rate. It has always-on display, though it lacks the full-screen wallpaper capability on the iPhone when in sleep mode. Both devices feature a 120Hz refresh rate, crucial for smooth visuals, particularly in gaming. Regarding color reproduction, I find the S24 Ultra more vibrant, which may appeal to some users, but personally I prefer the iPhone's color accuracy. The iPhone utilizes an upgraded ceramic shield front glass. This glass is apparently very hard to shatter. I don't want to find out myself. The S24 Ultra comes with the Gorilla Armor and it's supposed to be offering a better anti-glare, but I don't think that's the case. But overall, both screens look crispy. The iPhone 16 Pro Max is powered by Apple's latest A18 Pro chipset. While the A17 Pro faced some thermal challenges, the A18 Pro introduces enhanced cooling mechanisms and improved efficiency. This advancement aims to mitigate the overheating issues experienced with the A17 Pro after brief periods of intensive use. Competing with Apple, the Galaxy S24 Ultra houses the Snapdragon 8 Gen 3. This processor demonstrates remarkable performance, matching Apple's offering, and even better, superior thermal management under prolonged stress. On the software front, both devices showcase mature operating systems, iOS for Apple and Android for Samsung, of course. Notably, the iOS has adopted more Android-like features, allowing users to place app icons freely and offering expanded customization options, and even including the ability to apply a color scheme to all app icons. Connectivity-wise, the iPhone 16 Pro Max introduces the Wi-Fi 7 support, promising quadruple the data speeds compared to the Wi-Fi 6E. The S24 Ultra, on the other hand, has already embraced this technology, so nothing new there. The current tech landscape is dominated by AI capabilities and performance. Apple's latest chip includes a dedicated NPU cores for Apple Intelligence. And Apple Intelligence is gradually going to be integrated into iOS. Meanwhile, the S24 Ultra already has Galaxy AI, offering functions like content summaries, real-time translation, and AI-powered image manipulation. Personally, AI isn't a deciding factor in my device choice as I barely use it. I've experimented with the Galaxy AI on the S24 Ultra and I found it interesting. While some users are disappointed by the lack of AI features on the iPhone 16 series at launch, I'm not particularly upset with Apple. I rely on third-party AI tools anyways. However, I really appreciate that 16 series was designed with AI capabilities in mind, potentially benefiting both AI enthusiasts and those who don't care about it too much to take advantage of a powerful processor. It's a win-win for both types of people. Let's talk about my favorite topic, which is camera on both of these devices. Apple has now turned its sight into ultra-wide camera. The iPhone 16 Pro Max now comes with a 48 megapixel ultra-wide instead of 12 megapixels. Keep in mind the main sensor is also 48 megapixels, and the 5x telephoto still has a 12 megapixel sensor underneath. The Galaxy S24 Ultra, on the other hand, has a 200 megapixel main camera, 10 megapixel for telephoto, another zoom camera at 50 megapixel for 5x, and a 12 megapixel ultra-wide camera. On paper, the S24 Ultra is better, and photography is where the S24 Ultra shines in my opinion and experience. And I often say, it's really not about megapixel count, it's more about the size and quality of the sensor. In my opinion, the focal length freedom of the S24 Ultra meeting with a high megapixel count beats the iPhone 16 Pro Max. The S24 Ultra, when it comes to the sensor, it is very capable. I was honestly really looking for at least a 10x zoom camera from Apple this year. When it comes to over-sharpening that occurs on both devices, I capture my images in RAW mode anyways, so the over-sharpening is not a big deal for me, because I process my images in Lightroom. Of course, iPhones do have a slight advantage with the photographic styles. You can fine-tune how you can process your photos. It's kind of fancy, it's nice. Those who don't choose to capture photos in RAW mode will really benefit from this mode. Where Apple shines is video. With Apple, we have ProRes video, and we're able to record in log format. Apple, since the 15 series, has been recording 10-bit log format, and for video professionals, the iPhone has been the winner for the past couple years. While the S24 Ultra offers a high bitrate recording, without a log format, this is not extremely useful in my opinion. High bitrate gives the footage a bigger room for post-production. However, without the right post-production format, which is log, I don't really see the point. The iPhone 16 Pro Max also introduces a significant audio upgrade with the 4 studio quality microphones, enhancing vocal clarity and overall sound capture and recording. Check this out. So I'm recording this with the front-facing camera using the ProRes log format. If you notice, there's a bit of an echo in my home studio. I'm going to be using the new audio mix function. I'm going to be selecting some of the presets and really going back and forth and showing you all the different presets and the effects that you can apply to your sound to get rid of some of the echo. Although Apple does not release official stats for battery capacity other than comparing it to video playback time, my experience with the 16 Pro Max battery has been pretty amazing so far. Last week in my day in the life video, I was able to run my phone from 100% at 7 AM to about 20% in the evening with a full day of capturing photos, recording videos, and being very active on the phone. I think it's too early to speak about the battery of the 16 Pro Max because the AI functions has not been in use yet. That's the only thing that will make the difference. Whereas the S24 Ultra has spectacular battery life. The S24 Ultra comes with 5000 mAh battery capacity. I took my S24 Ultra on a trip to Europe where I used this phone daily. It was honestly pretty good. Overall battery comparisons need to wait until the release of AI from Apple in my opinion. But so far, without the AI, the 16 Pro Max has caught up to S24 Ultra battery life. To summarize all my points, the iPhone 16 Pro isn't a big revolution. It has some good new things. The iOS 18 makes it feel fresh and it keeps it as one of the best phones out there today. The new iPhone has a bigger screen, thinner edges, better cooling, a better wide-angle camera, and it can record 4K at 120 frames per second if you're into that kind of stuff. It also has a new camera control button, which is very controversial, but most importantly, the longer battery life might be the best new feature. The S24 Ultra, on the other hand, which came out last January, is still a very strong competitor. It also has spectacular performance, a wider screen with S Pen, and it has AI right now if that's what you're into. I'll be honest, I'm choosing the iPhone 16 Pro Max as my main phone, and I've got two reasons for it. It can record video in log format, which is important for my work. The S24 Ultra can also do this using third-party apps, but the image quality is not up to my standards when it comes to video. Also, the Apple ecosystem works really well for my content creation and daily tasks. Things like AirDrop, syncing between my iPhone and MacBook are very helpful. I'm open to give up on the Apple ecosystem if the S25 Ultra gets a much better video camera. I will switch to try something new because I think Apple is kind of staying constant. I want a change. Anyways, that is it for me today. Thank you so much for watching my iPhone 16 Pro Max versus Samsung S24 Ultra comparison video. As always, it has been a pleasure. I'll see you in the next one. Take care.
It's me, I'm my own creditor, and the world